So, Weirdcore. What is it? Well, to be your first experience in Google search engine, I'll try to sum it up. Yola, I'm a Rennie Poo, whatever you want to call me. And today I'll be going over my experience and brief information discussing Weirdcore and its sudden rise in fame during the late 2010s and early 2020s. This video takes inspo off Polygon Donuts video, but it's more of a personal take, filled with mostly stuff I like about the aesthetic and key points in its mini history. Seriously, go check them out. They seem to have more of a grasp on this whole video thing than I do. Without further delay, let's get it moving. Weirdcore. Weird, in this case, meaning something strange, unusual, or maybe even uncanny. And core, usually used in a core sense, like the Earth's core, but I'm going to sum it up to something along the lines of core, in this case, meaning something the very tip of weirdness. The pinnacle transformed into an aesthetic. The word started gaining some traction and more recognition in the early 2020s, more than the 2010s. But this is mainly based off of what I heard, either word of mouth or consumed via social media. Ever since its creation, Weirdcore has been defined with low quality or grainy pictures, either random or picturing something more specific, with a level of varying between each picture. These pictures might be striving for one of the many options. Unsettling, uncanny, a false sense of comfort, nostalgia, anemoia, a term meaning you're nostalgic for a time period you might not have been born to witness or remember, actual comfort, liminality, etc. Or, if not the picture side of it, the colorful OC field side, which could lean into the picture side to a certain extent. Things like human bodies with object heads, an example being a DVD disc replacing the head of a traditionally human body, or maybe something simple like a floating eyeball with wings. Video games influence too, like some games on Roblox, indie games, and a few more which I can't really think of at the moment. Popular media and videos among the likes of Enna and the Amazing Digital Circus, not including the YouTube Kids Slap that everyone slaps onto the whole fandom. Even music wasn't free from the Midas touch of the Weirdcore community. Many artists clearly taking on a more dreamcore or Weirdcore aesthetic or sound. My personal favorites that I think have a nostalgic feel being artists like Sarah's Dream, Maisie, specifically her Everyone Is Dumb single, Toby Fox's Undertale OST, Jack Stauber, and Melina, most known for her song Hey Kids. There are several more things I could list out that have to do with dreamcore or weirdcore, but if I were to go over them all, I'd be here for a millennia. So now let's venture into the more personal side. I was around whenever this aesthetic started gaining some attention, on TikTok at the time during lockdown a little bit beyond, noticing these comforting creators popping up with the strange yet charming OCs. One example being Argos from Asher's videos. The colorful and liminal pictures or places, I fell in love with the aesthetic along with its cousins, like Fruitiger Aero, Liminality, Dreamcore, Kidcore, and many more. I loved the creativity it manages to capture, making me feel like it wanted me to feel nostalgic. Being sorta late Gen Z, most of my childhood took place in the early 2010s, which I remember very well. When focusing on the comforting side of Weirdcore, you almost seem to regain some lost memories you forgot you even had. The colorful playgrounds your parents took you to, the awesome TV shows you got to watch, early stages of video games, old consoles you played on, your favorite place to go to get that one toy you really wanted, your favorite shirt in the closet you might or might not have been afraid of opening. It seemed to thrive in these little aesthetics. And in doing so, eventually let me express the more kiddie side of me I was never entirely able to let go of, indulging in getting those toys I lost due to time and rebuying them on second-hand online shopping websites. Buying merch from the fandoms or creators I used to watch or might still watch, not being afraid to show off bright kitty symbols or color combinations in my clothing. Key examples being my absurd Pokemon card collection, my whole room covered in posters and clothing I buy, my shelves being full of Monster High dolls, LPS, MLP memorabilia, including the first-hand ones. And even with Weirdcore, Dreamcore, and every other community past its peak in popularity, it still holds a very special place in my heart, alongside the crayons somehow stabbed into it in the childhood drawings. Yellow, thank you so much for making it to the end. If you watched all the way through, it means a lot to me. I'm not going to force you to like or sub because we've all seen the view to like ratios on YouTube videos. A simple view is all I like to see. Feel free to comment your experience with the community or future ideas, even though I kind of planned for this whole video to be a one-time thing, simply because I wanted to spew my info on the fandom and how much I loved it. Sorry if I mixed stuff up, I'm new to this, and did what little I could. I'm still planning on leaning in a, personal side. Thanks for watching, see you whenever, you dorks.
Bridges all go down in flames.
Things like human bodies with objects' heads. Example being a DVD disc for playing. What? Excuse me.